Good afternoon, everybody.
So today, Rinder.
Well, we didn't have too bad a morning, I don't think. So let's hope we have a good afternoon as well, Michelle. Yeah, I hope so too, Judge.
Why do you have to hawk it for, Michelle?
Because it's a lot nicer when people are happy with the judgment, isn't it? Well, yes it is. Okay, let's get the first case in.
First case is this a sheep.
A sheep?
So this, what is your problem with a sheep?
Right, Judge. I have what is called a little farm shop, and because I live near the farms, I get all my produce very fresh from the farmers. So I sell fresh eggs and beautiful meat that the farmers get for me, and I sell vegetables, and in the summer sometimes, if there are any that's grown, if the weather's being good, I sell strawberries.
You sure?
Yes, I sell all these things in my little farm shop. Okay, so what is the problem with the sheep? Well, it keeps coming and hanging around the shop. And you see, the thing is, Judge, I have a stall outside just to attract the customers in. And I put a little bit of fresh of everything on there. Not the meat, obviously. That has to go into the fridge.
Attract? Oh dear, what do you attract?
The customers, if they're passing by in their cars and they see, I put a big sign up before they get to me that said, farm shop 400 yards ahead.
Oh dear.
And then, because I've got all this nice produce on the stall, they park their car and then they come back and buy some things off me.
Oh dear.
Right, what's this oh dear for?
And do for saying.
Why do you keep saying that? Anyway, what's the problem with the sheep? Well, because I've got all this nice stuff outside, guess what? The sheep keeps getting out of the farmer's field and coming across and nibbling all my lovely fruit and veg.
Oh dear.
And that doesn't look very good when customers are waiting to be served and they're thinking, oh no, there's a dirty sheep nibbling.
Oh dear.
Right, Mr. Sheep, have you got anything to say? Well, Judge, the thing is this. I get fed up of just nibbling the grass in the field. It's a bit boring, eating the same thing day after day after day. And it doesn't taste that good, to be honest. And then this lovely lady started putting all this wonderful veggies, strawberries, all sorts of things outside. So I could smell them from the field. The strawberries smelled gorgeous. And I just thought, let me get out of this field and go across there. And I did, Judge. I found a little hole in the fence. I got out, went across and had a little nibble. And you know what? It absolutely tastes wonderful. The broccoli, I even had some cabbage, and that was really nice. And then, of course, when the weather's nice, the lady picks raspberries, blueberries, strawberries. Judge, they are so tasty. Yes, I know all that. I like them all too. But the problem is when you've been sniffing your snout around in all this food, well, then people don't want to buy it.
Why what?
Well, they're silly then, Judge, because it all tastes wonderful. They don't have to buy that on the store. Why don't they just go inside the shop I never go inside the shop. All that food's okay. Well, I understand your problem, Sheep, but that's not very fair to this lady. All the things she puts on the stall are for sale, and if you start messing about with them, then she can't sell them.
I don't.
I don't mess, Judge, I just eat them. Right, lady, what do you think might be the solution to this problem?
I don't know.
Well, the only thing that I can think of, Judge, now I've heard this poor sheep telling me how horrible the grass is all the time, maybe I could just have a special little part, maybe put some bowls down on the floor and put him some of the stuff in there, and then if he comes to nibble, he's not upsetting my stall. What do you think to that, Sheep? Wow, you would do that for me, lady? I can't believe it. That is so kind. Well, I didn't realise you were fed up of the grass. And I have to agree with you, all the fruit and the veg is really nice. So what we'll do, we'll put a little space to one side. I'll put a little bit of low fence in there, and I'll put all your food inside it, then you can get in and just get what you want. Excuse me, who's this great big Tigger invading my court? Oh no, he's knocked the sheep over.
Let's continue.
Okay. So the sheep is very, very happy with that. And the judge says to the lady, I think you are being very kind, and that's a wonderful conclusion to the case. Excuse me, big Tigger, you're knocking all the people over with your tail. Do you think you could come and sit behind me out of the way? Oh no, he's knocked the lady over now. Michelle, would you like to escort these two nice people away from my court?
Why?
Because we've finished. The lady's going to put food out for the sheep.
Case dismissed.
Wow, Michelle, another good case. Now, if we can just sort out this great big giant Tigger, then everything might be okay. Who are you, great big giant Tigger?
I'm a dancing granddad.
Right. Well, dancing grandad, do you think you might be able to be quiet for the next case?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes. This case is a crystal. Mouse. And a crystal ostrich.
Okay, but Michelle, people are on the floor instead of sitting on their seats.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, let's get everybody sorted out and back into their seats.
Who walked out of their seats?
That great big Tigger with his long tail. I don't think he realised his tail was knocking them off.
What did he think?
Well, he was just bouncing about a little bit, and I don't think he realised his tail was knocking all these people. That's better.
Right,
Okay, so we can follow on now.
It's crystal ostrich.
A quiz show ostrich. Now this I can't wait to hear. This is really funny. And I haven't even started yet.
Big what?
Okay. Right, Minnie, what seems to be the problem here? Well, Judge, I went on the chase and I thought this will be a good show. And I met the other contestants.
Yes,
There were two more and an ostrich.
How are you to call now?
You tell me, Judge, what are we doing with an ostrich on a quiz show? Well, I don't know, I'm not sure.
I'm looking at this, maybe it's called crystal ostrich. Maybe that's why he goes on crystal ostrich.
Maybe so.
That's his name, crystal ostrich.
But Judge, I didn't expect an animal to be on our team. Oh, it really upset me when I found out. Well, did he know any answers to questions? Well, yes, he did. But I just didn't expect it. So why are you so upset if the ostrich knew some of the answers? Well, because when we got to the final chase, the ostrich got all excited and it started running around all around the studio. And nobody could catch it, Judge, because they run really fast. Everybody tried. Bradley was so busy laughing, he couldn't help. He was absolutely hysterical. Oh dear. And who was the chaser on this occasion? Well, it was the Cinnamon. And there you go, because he's another. He can't stop laughing at everything. He's a comedian, you know, and he thought it was really, really funny. So what eventually happened? Well, we ran out of time for the final chase because the ostrich was running riot and we couldn't finish the game.
Why couldn't you hear she? Why couldn't you hear she?
Because Bradley said they only have so much time to record it in the studio and we run out of time and the next programme needed to come in to record their show. Oh, I see. Did somebody finally manage to capture this ostrich? Yes, Judge. They phoned for the RSPCA, you know, the people that come and catch animals for you when you can't. And they took him and put him somewhere nice. But that doesn't alter the fact we had a ruined show. It isn't very good, is it, Michelle? No, Judge, it isn't. I can't believe they let an ostrich onto the game show. I thought they were meant to check everybody before they went on. Well, obviously somehow this ostrich got through. Whatever next? An ostrich on the chase. I don't believe it. Well, Minnie, I'm really happy to listen to this case, but I don't know what you expect me to do, because you didn't finish the show, so you didn't win any money, and there's nothing I can do to an ostrich. Can I just say, Judge, piped up Michelle, it's not very often people win money on that chase, you know. Why? Why is that, Michelle? Well, they get through to the final chase and they get one set of questions and the chaser gets another set. And I will guarantee you the chaser always gets the easier ones. They get really difficult ones and hardly get a good score. Sometimes they do, but not very often. And then, of course, the chaser beats them and Bradley says, I'm really sorry, but I will have to take the money away from you. So probably the ostrich being on didn't really make a lot of difference then, said the judge.
How come?
Well, I doubt it, Judge, said Michelle, because they only let people win once in a while just to keep everybody happy and make sure that people keep coming onto the show. Right then. Maybe people ought to stop watching this chase if it's all a bit of a fix. What do you say, Michelle? I think so, Judge. I never watch it anymore because it gets on my nerves.
What's that, Michelle?
Hello, there's another Tigger coming in. Who's this one?
Bouncing Tigger.
Well, of course you're bouncing. That's what Tiggers do. Okay, I think we've finished with this case now, Michelle.
So you're going to do the rest of the case then?
Well, there's nothing we can do.
Can we go over together and hang a cocoa out?
I don't know, it's not my... Look, you've had your go on it and I think that might be it, Michelle. Just... why? I know, Minnie. Do the lottery instead. You might get a chance of winning some money then. So that's it. Would you like to take them out, Michelle, please?
I don't think it's going to do a lot to if she says, how did I do then? Any ideas? Any ideas, Michelle?
No, not really. It's all a chance game, isn't it?
So,
Whether you go on any game show or whatever, it's just all down to luck and chance. So is the lottery.
luck and chance is what we do. This one is Lucky Jake and Lucky Sarah.
Ooh,
So Lucky Jake, what's your cog?
lucky.
With Lucky Sarah.
Why are they lucky?
Jake has screamed to us, are you lucky?
I'm very lucky, Judge, because I have got a wonderful boat and a smashing crew. I know Captain Hook keeps trying to catch us, but we have fun. We go on all these adventures and he tries to catch us and we always beat him and escape. And then this lady appears on the island.
What lady? Lucky Sarah.
Yep. So what was she doing? Well, she was causing all sorts of bother. We have our own little set of rules on the island. We know how everything works and we know what we're doing. And then this lady comes along and starts interfering. And she's saying to us, oh, you shouldn't be falling out with Captain Hook all the time. There must be better things to do. Well, it's what we do, said Jake. It's our way of having fun. We like it. So what else caused the problem then, Jake? Right, well, this lucky Sarah thinks, because she's so lucky, she could come onto the island and dig up all our treasure. Yes, so there were just great big holes everywhere. This lady was digging everywhere and people were falling down the holes. I kept losing pirates that disappeared. And then you'd hear this, help, help, I'm stuck down a big hole. Okay, so did she find any treasure? Of course not. We hide it way too well for some lady who thinks she's lucky to just come on and start digging holes. That's not going to work.
I did hide some treasure. A trouble bit.
I don't think you did, said Jake. I think you're just telling fibs.
So how do I get treasure?
You don't. It's not your treasure, it's mine.
So can I get my own treasure?
Well, then you'd have to be a pirate and go and steal it off other ships. That's what pirates do. So, lady, I think what I'm going to have to say to you, said the judge, we're going to have to say, yes, you can go to the island if you really want to, because it's a nice place to go to, but you must not keep digging holes everywhere. It's very, very dangerous, and some of these people eventually may fall in and really hurt themselves. They might break an arm or break a leg. It's not good enough, it has to stop.
Sorry, break a arm, break a leg. See how he does.
It isn't funny, no.
No, I'm not.
Well, how would you like it if you fell down a hole and broke your arm? You wouldn't be able to dig then, would you?
That's what we will do.
No.
It's for someone else to hold down and do it.
No, it's not.
It is.
If you carry on, if you go back to that island and dig holes, then I will have to get what is called an injunction, which is a lawful, legal document that says you are not allowed on the island. And if you continue to go on the island once I've got the injunction, then you will be in serious trouble. You could get a fine, and if it still carries on, guess where you'll end up? In jail. Oh no!
Judge, I just got time to cry. Oh.
Well, if you carry on, that will be the next step. Right, Jake, if this lady comes onto your island again and starts digging holes, phone me straight away and I will get the injunction in place. Okay, Judge, that's great. Thank you very much.
So,
Right, Michelle.
I think case gone wrong.
No, it hasn't, my dear.
You do it, Tim. Case dismissed.
That's it. I'm in charge of this court, that lady, not
Michelle,
you.
take her out. Sorry, Mouse, I do it all girl. Sorry, Mouse. What's your cogger? I guess it's all girl.
Right, Judge. As you know, I help at the clubhouse.
I do think you do.
Yes. It's the Mickey Mouse clubhouse and I'm Minnie Mouse and I go and help him. Right, so what's the problem with this little girl? Well, Judge, this little girl came to the Minnie Mouse clubhouse.
You ask, but I had to make it also.
Slip of the tongue, sir. It's because my name's Minnie. Yes, you're right, Judge. She came to the Mickey Mouse clubhouse. And, gosh, what a disturbance did she cause.
What did you do?
Well, you know all the children come and they like to have fun. Well, this little girl was spoiling all the games. How so? Well, we have the lovely soft play area, as you know, Judge, with all the blow-up slides and the bouncy castle and the balls.
Don't
Yes,
think so.
yes, I think I've heard about this. Right, well, this little madam took in a pot of grease and spread it all over everything. So when the children were trying to climb up the steps to get up to the slide, they couldn't because they just kept slipping because it was all greasy and slippy and it was awful. And then, of course, they got all the grease on their clothes. And then the next thing was she went into the ball pool and sprayed everything with water. It was absolutely wet through, Judge. So any children that were in there couldn't play properly because there was water on everything. And once again, they all got wet through on their clothes. This doesn't sound very good.
This is a girl. Hobby,
Would you like to be quiet, little
Soaking
girl?
wet.
Excuse me, talking. Talking.
Talking to just as well. Hey.
Well, you need to stop so that I can hear the rest of the story. And then what happened, Minnie? Well, we have some swings that the children can go on, you know, and they love swinging on them, and she cut the ropes so the swing couldn't swing. That's dreadful. It is, Judge, yes. And then she went into the cafe and bought food and just threw it all over the table in the cafe. It was a nightmare. So, little girl, why did you do all this? You might think it's funny, little girl, but I'm sure Minnie and all the other people that were in the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse didn't think it was so funny. They'd all gone there to enjoy themselves, and you just went there to upset everybody.
Little girl, why did you do it?
Because I don't have many friends and I was a bit bored, and I thought I'll get my own back, I'll just make a mess. Right, says the judge. The thing is, if you'd have just gone there and asked Minnie, do you think you could help me out a little bit? I don't seem to have any friends. And then Minnie would have said, come on, come over here, you can play with these ones. And she would have introduced you to these new kids that you've never played with. And I'm sure you would all have had fun. Yes, they would, Judge, all right, says Minnie. We often get somebody that comes that's never been before, and we just help them to mix in with all the other children.
I don't want to go. I don't want to mix in.
Well then, if you don't want to mix in, says Minnie, why come? Just stay out of the way. All you're doing is spoiling it for everybody else.
Okay, try mixing a bit. What does that mean, Judge, mixing it?
It means playing with the other children.
Yes, Judge.
And then Minnie will be there. If there's any problems, she'll help you out.
Yes, Judge.
So let's just not be taking grease and cutting ropes and splashing water about. I think if Minnie says it's okay, you can go again, and you let her help you make new friends, I think you'd enjoy it.
Yes, Judge.
Is that okay, Minnie? Yes, of course. Of course you can come in again, but I have to say you must behave, little girl. I will, I promise. Okay then, is everybody happy? Yes, Judge, thank you.
So, case dismissed. So, how did you heal after a case?
Who's going first?
Somebody.
Little girl. I feel really bad now.
Why?
Because I just thought it was funny what I was doing. And it wasn't really, was it? And it was only because I was upset because I didn't have any friends. What do you say, Minnie? I'm quite happy with the outcome because this means the little girl can come again and I can help her to make some friends. And then once she's done that, she just wants to keep coming back again and playing with all her new friends. I'm telling you, little girl, you will so enjoy it. Okay, thank you.
Goodbye. Let's jump in the gasket and don't let it go. I'm ready for the rest case, Michelle. Take a hill, Grievous. Ready now. This case is a cardboard. This case is cardboard man and cardboard goblin.
Cardboard?
So cardboard man. What's your cardboard with cardboard goblin?
Well, Judge, you've no idea what it's like to be made of cardboard. It's not a very good thing. If we get wet, we go all soggy. If people bump into us, it makes a dent in us. And unfortunately, this goblin is very naughty. And he's always pouring water over me. He hits me, he kicks me just to make dints in my cardboard. He's not a very nice goblin. Why don't you pour some water over the goblin then?
So where's your cardboard?
Because I'm not that kind of a person, Judge. I'm a kind person. I like to be friendly with people. I don't want to be pouring water over them just because they're made of cardboard. You can't just pick on people because they're different from others. You just have to be right with everybody. I agree with you. Why are you being so nasty, goblin? Oh, it's just funny. Why is it funny? You wouldn't like it if you were all wet through and dints all over your body. Well, I suppose not. But it is fun doing it. Well, it isn't really fun because if I was this cardboard man, I'd be wetting you. I'd get a watering can and sprinkle water all over you.
So do you take cardboard to bed like?
Well, the men that's covered in cardboard. And if they get wet, it's not very good because it all goes soggy. And then, if somebody bumps into them, it puts a great big dent in the cardboard. You know what it's like when you get a parcel delivered in a cardboard box and the driver's not being very careful and just thrown it into the van. It comes in a bit scrunched up sometimes, don't it? What do you say, Michelle?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
I've had loads of parcels like that.
Yeah.
I've had loads of parcels like that, Judge, where they've not taken care with them. And it depends what's inside, because sometimes it spoils whatever's inside. Right then, I'll have to make a judgment about this. I think, Mr. Goblin, you should try to be a little bit more kind to people. Because like I said to you, if that was me and you kept wetting me, I'd do it back. But this sir, this kind gentleman, doesn't want to do that because he doesn't like people being nasty to each other. So I am ordering you to leave him alone. And if you carry on, keep doing this, then we will call the police and have you arrested.
Could I give Jim to you?
Oh, I wouldn't like that, Judge. I don't like getting dints in me. Well, start and behave then. That's the only thing to do. Okay, Judge. I'll try my very best.
Yeah.
Better do.
You better do. So, case dismissed. Right, Michelle, would you take her out? Oh, this we have a bad and the old lady. So bad. What's your cogweb? Like this old lady.
The problem, Judge, is this. Okay. We live in some flats. And there's a lift.
Oh, those flats again.
Yes. And the lift is so you don't have to walk up the stairs. And that's fine. But this old lady thinks the lift is just for her and nobody else. In what way, sir? Well, she'll come down in the lift in her mobility scooter, and she might want to just go to the shop across the way, and then she jams the lift door open with like a wedge. So if you're upstairs and you're pressing the button, it won't come up because obviously the doors aren't closed. And then you're wondering, has the lift broke down? So sometimes I think, oh, just go down the stairs and have a look. And so, go down, you see the lift, you see the wedge, and where is she? across the road getting some buns or something. And when she came back and I said to her, you shouldn't do that with the lift doors. Other people want to use it. Yes, I know that. But when I come back with my buns, I want to be able to get straight in the lift and not have to wait. If I don't sprag the door, it might have gone back up. And then I have to wait. Yes, well, that's what happens with the lift, said the man. And it doesn't take long. People get off and close the doors and then it works again. I don't see what your problem is.
I had a cockroach.
Because I am a very old lady and I want everything to accommodate me. I'm not interested in all the other people in the flats. I just want to make sure my life is just as I want it to be. And if I want to sprag the lift doors, then so be it, I will. So, Judge Rinder, what do you have to say? I have to say, you are a very selfish old lady.
Mega.
You are very lucky that you can live in a flat that's got a lift, so you don't have to mess about with stairs, but you have to also be considerate and think about all the other people up on the top floors.
Mega.
Well, they don't want to have to use the stairs, do they?
Yes.
I don't think they do.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
So I think you ought to go back to the council and tell them that being upstairs in a flat is not very good for you because you have to use a mobility scooter and you can't use the stairs and the lift isn't always available to you. But where would they put me, Judge? How about a nice council bungalow? That way you have no stairs at all. You don't even have to go upstairs to bed. Everything is on one floor. Is it really? Oh yes. And there's a place where you can park your mobility outside the door. And then you just have to come out, get on it and off you go. No problems. Oh. Do you think the council might do that for me? I'm sure they will, because you're a disabled lady.
Council.
And this is what these council bungalows are for.
Yeah.
Old people and disabled.
Yeah.
So, get in touch with the council. Problem solved.
Cock. Sold. I think case wrong. It just says case dismissed.
That's it. You can't argue with the judge.
This case is a Tigger and how many dogs? 2.
2 dogs.
So their names.
Spot and Rover.
Which one is Rover?
The one on the desk. Hello, Tigger. Good morning.
Rover and Scott.
Sorry, good afternoon. What's the problem with the dogs? Well, it's like this, Judge. Where I live, they live in the house next door, and we have all sorts of problems. Because their owner goes to work all day, they get fed up in the house. So what do? Bark, 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 bark. And it's very, very annoying. It goes on all day long. And then, when the owner comes home from work, what does the owner do? Opens the back door and lets them run round the garden. And then they get very excited, and what do? Bark, bark, bark. And not only that, Judge, the postman won't fetch any post anymore because one of the dogs bit him. He was putting his hand through the letterbox to push the letters in, and the dog bit his fingers. So now the postman says he's not coming down our street anymore because if they get out accidentally, they'll bite him all over. And he doesn't want to be like that. He doesn't want dogs chasing him.
So, oh dear, says Tigger, don't get close to me more.
What we have to do, sir, Judge, we have to go to the post office to collect it. Because they just won't fetch it anymore. And I understand I wouldn't want to get bit. If I was a postman, who would? Nobody. Right then. We'll have to make some sort of decision here, Michelle.
Why?
Because I'm going to say, who owns these dogs? Because whoever it is needs to start looking after them a little bit better. And what they need to do with their letterbox, you can buy these little cages, you know, Michelle, and the fix on the back of the letterbox so that when the postman puts his hand in, the dogs can't get to it. That's a good idea, Judge, isn't it? Yes, it is a very good idea. So my ruling is we need to get in touch with the owner of these dogs and tell them to fit that on the post, or put one of those you can get for outside, and also to tell them they can't leave the dogs alone all day long. That's cruelty. It's not nice at all for the dogs. I agree, Judge, says Tigger. I feel sorry for them. They're stuck in that house all day long. Nobody there to talk to them or entertain them. Right, so, like I say, Michelle, we'll get in touch with the owners, and if they don't clean up their act, then it's going to be a case for the RSPCA, I think. Yes, Judge, I think that's a very good ruling.
Yes. Yes, so, case dismissed. Tigger, Michelle, would you take these out? Would you?
Thank you.
Brilliant. So, let's see. The last case of today is Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse and Stuck. 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 Grey.
What?
Stuck.
Stuck?
Stuck someone. Stuck man.
Okay. Okay, Mickey, what's your problem with this young man over here?
He's called Stuck Man.
Stuck? In what way is he stuck? Well, he's always stuck up a ladder somewhere, Your Honour. What? Well, he's supposed to be a window cleaner. And of course that means going up a ladder, doesn't it? The only problem being, it doesn't really like being too high up the ladder because he's a little bit scared of heights. So, it starts off okay on the bottom windows, fine with those, can do forever. He loves bungalows where he doesn't have to climb. But then, of course, people have windows upstairs. And he's constantly getting stuck. Well, how do you mean stuck? Well, because he climbs up the ladder and then he starts cleaning the windows and he doesn't do too badly, and then he looks down and he thinks, oh no, what am I doing right up here? And then he starts to panic. And then he starts squealing, I can't get down. I can't come down, I'm too scared. Ooh. And then what happens, you see, judges? We all have to go up and help him get down. I hate it on a Wednesday because that's the day he comes to clean the windows. And all you do on a Wednesday is keep going out to get him down his ladder. It's just too much, Judge. It's silly. He needs a different job. Why is he climbing up ladders when he's scared to death of heights? That's a good question. Okay then, come on man, what's the problem, stuck man? Well, the thing is, Judge, I make a really good wage from cleaning windows. People always want their windows cleaning. And I can't help it. I just get really scared when I'm up the ladder. Yes, I can understand that. I don't particularly like climbing too high. But you can't be a window cleaner if you can't climb up a ladder. Judge, says Michelle. I think I've got a solution to this one. Have you? What's that then, Michelle? Well, Judge, when my window cleaner comes, he has this new apparatus. Yes, and it's on a great big long pole, and then it has a tube running down that he attaches to the water, and he can reach right up to the top windows with it. And then what happens when he's washed it, he turns off the water, and there's a dryer on it as well, and he just blows and blows and blows and blows, and the window dries straight away so it doesn't go streaky. It's brilliant, Judge. What do you think to that, Stuck? Gosh, I didn't know you could buy stuff like that. Well, you can, says Michelle, because my window cleaner uses it, and I'm sure if you got one of those, you'd probably be able to clean the windows faster, so you might get more customers and make even more money. What do you say to that, Mickey? Well, that sounds like a good idea, because I'm fed up of running up that ladder to get him back down. So are you going to try and do that, Stuck? Yes, I will, Judge. And then my name won't be Stuck Ladder. It'll be Window Cleaner. Yes, it will. Everybody happy?
Yes. So, our last case of today dismissed. Don't forget, Michelle. Give us just a catch up. Don't forget that, Michelle.
No, that was a very good session, that, Judge. Yes, I think it was.
I said I should get called a yoga man. So, how did you feel after a case?
Well, says Stuck, I'm really happy. I won't have to climb ladders and I won't have to have the silly name Stuck. And if I can clean windows faster, I can take on more customers. It's win-win-win.
Win.
Right, Vicky, what do you think about all this? I am happy too. I'm glad you told us all about that, Michelle, with your window cleaner, because now it means I don't have to listen to this one here keep shouting, help, help, I'm stuck up a ladder. I won't have to listen to that anymore, will I? Thank goodness.